What's up, guys? Mega Bleeder here, back with another episode of Mechanical Mastery Plus. Here in episode 3, we're going to fix up our automations a little bit and get into using the wonderful mod Integrated Dynamics. I didn't do much between episodes, but let's go ahead and get started. So you can see I did move our inscribers. Those were set up here. The crafting chests were set up here with some furnaces. I moved some things around. Now these are here. We've got our kind of usable resources, and then here's some extra junk that we don't necessarily need right away. I did set up some powered machines here. We've got our induction smelter I did craft. I set up a furnace with an augment factory, a pulverizer that's just doing some extra iron that I had. That's automatically getting put into here. That's got a blasting augment and a factory augment. And then downstairs here, I set up a squeezer to automatically process mineral logs into blocks of crystallized mineral. And we can actually buy these from the shop. Well, we can buy the logs from the shop, and basically one log turns into a block of crystallized mineral. These we're going to use to get into the mod Integrated Dynamics. With this, we can set up these item interfaces and these item importers and exporters to be able to move all of our items around a little bit more easily. And I think I'm going to try, for the most part, to stick with using Integrated Dynamics through the kind of future of our playthrough here. I think it'd be really cool to just have items automatically being moved around. I'm not sure. I don't think Integrated Dynamics has any issues with causing a lot of lag or anything like that. And it'll be a little bit easier, especially in the case like here in this pulverizer. The gold, when it gets pulverized, it has a chance to create copper dust, and that's why there were two chests or two drawers set up here. So we can actually clear out this top, and we'll be able to move these things around a lot more easily. So let's see, let's drop these drawers off in here because we're not going to need them right away. And if we go back into Integrated Dynamics, we're going to need a bunch of cables. And what do we need for that? We need some more of these. We'll take a couple of stacks of these guys. I'm right-clicking on the stack to pull out a full stack. Sure, why not? We'll take those two. And if we do our cables, we'll take 30 cables. What are we missing? Sticks. Let's craft up a stack of sticks. We'll take a bunch of cables. The cable network reader, so we don't need any of this just yet. The monodirectional connector is kind of cool. If you place this down, you can connect cables in a straight line. Let's say I had a cable connected here. I wouldn't have to run a cable all the way if I put one of these monodirectional cables on it. Now, can that pick that up? No. But if we use this wrench, does that do it? That does, okay. And is there the tool? I think there was a quest for it. Other stuff. The morphing tool. Do we have what it takes to make the morphing tool? Cactus green, blue dye. I don't think we have blue dye yet because we have yet to get the tier 1 permit to be able to buy lapis. Okay. So we'll just keep both of those in our inventory. I think we're going to break these as well. We're not going to use these. And I'm not sure if we're going to keep using the power cable because the Integrated Dynamics does have the capability to move energy. So we might Might just switch and trying to use integrated dynamics completely. But let's see. I know one thing we're going to need for sure would be a portable logic programmer, which is going to be a logic programmer. So we'll take that guy. We'll craft it into the portable logic programmer. I know that we need variable cards. Let's go ahead and make a good amount of those. In this case, we're going to need 3 interfaces, and actually 6 interfaces, and 4 exporters. Oops. So let's see, the interface. I think we need another chest for that. Let's take all of those. We'll make just a couple of extra because I think the exporter does take it. So let's make sure it's not going to hurt anything. Now we need these output variable transformers, and that makes 4. So if we're doing that, let's take that many planks and make the output variable transformers. What are we missing? Cobblestone? Cobblestone. We'll buy some cobblestone. Here in the shop, if you press shift, it'll take it to 16. And if you press or control, and if you press shift and control, it'll take it all the way up to a stack. What was that? Pistons. Sure, we'll take all of those. The item exporters, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Item exporter. We'll take those. We'll just take 8 of them. Alright, so what we can actually do is take these interfaces, place them on here. What this does is it lets the network actually see what is in there. And I think we'll place exporters on here. Place an exporter there. Interfaces there. Variable card. Okay, so now what we need to do is do a little bit of programming. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with integrated dynamics, but I kind of have the basic understanding of it. So let's see. In here, let's grab 8 gold, 8 iron, and 8 copper. We're gonna put iron here, gold goes there, and then copper goes here. These are gonna run. They're gonna get the iron, the gold, and the copper. They will also get the other outputs. What we're gonna do is, I wonder if we can drag. Let's see, we're gonna say item. Item, let's see, dust, iron. Can we drag this here? Yes. Iron, boom. So it wants iron. Gold. And copper. And what we can say is, hey, you are going to export item iron dust, item amount. We need an integer. This is a list, export items. So we can say export item iron. Boom. And now that's going to export it from the system. This one was gold. And the nice thing is, so this gold over here, so here's what I was talking about. This has an output, a chance the copper can create gold. So what we can actually do if we say, hey, you're going to export gold, all of the gold goes in there, including the gold that was over here. And this one is then going to take the copper. Now this copper is about full here, but these are automatically going to get exported. And I think what I might want to do actually is push this over. Maybe we'll do that a little bit later. This did sit and run for a little while. So what we can do is actually set this to output. And boom, we just broke into our first kind of $1 million right there. Cool. So these are gonna run. These are gonna be exporting. And then this needs an export for the copper rods, the gold gears, and the iron gears. So what we need to do here is actually make a list. We need copper rod. Now I'm not sure how this one works. Item, block, double, long, boolean, NBT, ingredients, fluid, item. If we put one in there, do we do this? How do we do this? We might actually need, let's just grab one copper. If we have our rods, our gear, let's see, list, item, iron gear. Okay, copper rod, gold, iron. If we take that off, I think that gives us a list. Can we look at this? Maybe not. But if we have these in here, let me grab one more copper. Just because I want to have the items in here. So here we've got rods, gear, and we need 4 more iron to go in there. Okay. So we've got all those in there. If I take these out, and I say, hey, export items, they went in there. And they're going into there. Now let's see, if we say items predicate, it's an operator, export all items that match the given predicate. I'm not sure what that means. Export all items that match the given NBT tag. Export the given amount of items each tick. Channel, round robin, blacklist, item transfer rate. Check if only exactly the given stack size is allowed to be moved in 1 tick, not less. Check stack size. Okay, so this is working. So now we won't have those item buffers kind of built up here. Let's see. The thing that I would be curious about is if there was a way, export the given items, to only export a certain amount. But that is working as intended. This does have an upgrade in it. Okay. I do like this. Let's make... What are the energy ones? If we do energy exporter, it takes an energy interface, which takes an energy battery, which takes a lot of redstone. Now these pipes are just fine transferring the energy for now. What I will say is we can switch these. We'll put an item interface here. Exporters, and we'll say item coal. We'll go there. And we need 4 of these. You get items? No. I was hoping that would go right into where we needed it, but it did not. Okay, so those are getting all of that. I can turn this off. I think there's a way to get a glass with these blocks. Mineral glass. Illuminating glass. So if we were to put glass in with mineral resin, it does that. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so we've got that running. Now, one of the reasons that I wanted to set that up this way is it's a little bit easier to scale up. So part of the issue that we have here is our copper is a lot faster than the iron and the gold. And I'm not sure. I suppose one way that we could limit that would be limiting an insertion here. So if we go to export, we could say maybe ticks per operation. If we made this really slow, you know, if we set this to like a lot, because what it would kind of depend on the cook speed, or the kind of speed of the pulverizer. Or what I could do is just put extra pulverizers here. What does it take to make the pulverizer? Let's see if we can do that quickly. We have pistons. We're gonna need one more gear. So if we go bing, bang, and we run an energy cable up here. And then we put interface, cables. We'll say you can output and you input. We'll get rid of these chests. These had the buyers in them. And if we place those here, we need exporters. We need 5 exporters. Let's see. Let's bookmark that, and we'll bookmark the exporter, which is here, which needs the output variable card. One more. We might as well craft all of them, right? Might as well. And connect, connect, connect. Oh, nope. There's nothing for that to connect to. We need to buy copper, iron, and gold. And I believe, no. So let's see. Item, we've got copper. We've got iron. We've got gold. And then I believe if we do this and this, it will copy it. But we don't need copper. We need iron. Those do not stack. Gold and gold. So you're going to export iron and iron. You're going to export gold. Gold, you're going to export copper. Now, part settings. Ticks per operation. I want this to be slow. Does this tell me how many ticks it takes? It does not. It does tell me 3000 RF. It takes 3000 RF and at 20 ticks. So if we do the math on that, 3000 divided by 20 means it's going to take 150 ticks. So if we say ticks per operation, let's say 160. Because I don't want to put extra copper in here. We're going to say, oops. Item transfer rate 1. Let's clear this out. How do we make it stop buying? I want to get this set up correctly. So ticks per operation 1. We'll say 160. We'll also set this to 160. And then this guy is set to 160. So if we say, hey, buy that, that's going to take out 4. Item transfer rate 1. It's still going too fast. What I don't necessarily want is to just there be a stack sitting in here, but I guess it doesn't matter all that much. So now these will run. This is getting gold, this is getting iron. These are working. Now you, if I say auto input on, that's going to do some catching up. Blast furnace. So this is still automatically processing. But what I would like to see is this number not necessarily going down. Now that's not going to be easy. This takes only 600 RF. So that's faster. But I believe this is still good right here. So 44 and 21. $43 and 20, 44, 21. Okay, so that is faster. To even that out, is this running consistently? No. So we need to put some extra. Can we use these? Biofuel, plant gatherer. So these do have some uses. Okay. These do have some uses. Do the iron gears have uses? Common black hole unit. A sewer. Yeah, they have some uses. Didn't I use them to make something else? Boreal extractor. Just the basic mechanical essence. So what I need to do is get some more gold in here. What if we do that much gold? I think we can make some more integral components too. Let's make 2 of them. For you, we'll let it process through these and see if that gets us caught up. I just want these to be even numbers. What I didn't want is to, because the copper is so much faster, you end up filling this up with copper. And I think if we go this route, we'll be okay not doing that. We might be not making enough power. Or maybe this just isn't transferring enough. This might not be transferring enough. Which means I was incorrect about these cables being sufficient. But what we can do, because they output 256 per tick per side, so we can do this. And pull out of all the sides. And I think that's already pulling out of the top. Yes. That might have filled up our machines. Yeah, the machines are okay. So this guy, I do need a little bit more gold. Let's see, to make up this difference, it'll be 11. So actually even more gold. If we take this gold out, put it in here. Because if our difference is 11, we're going to need 44 gold to go in there. And then if we're looking at 23, means we're going to need about 12 iron or 12 copper in here. So let's see, we've got 40. That actually might be the correct ratio, honestly, without these being upgraded. Need 2 more gears. 2 more gold gears. This thing is still too slow. But what we could do is make one more multi-servo press. Let's see if we can do that. If we make one more multi-servo press, this one, we need more constant tan. Constant tan is nickel and copper. What I need to do is get a correct ratio. So I need like 2 extra. Nickel and copper. If we put those in the induction smelter, those will work. Multi-servo press. Need the redstone coil. A tin gear. Then the last bit is just the constant tan gears. If we put this guy here, we can actually move this, place it there. We'll say output to you, and then you're going to be an input. You output there. And then we need our energy cables. Or energy pipes. One more block of redstone, energy pipe. So this I'll probably clean up. Nope, not there actually. Here. Cover that back up so we don't fall in it accidentally. And then you're going to output also to the top there. Okay, so our copper is running a little bit too fast. furnace is kind of slow, so we need another furnace. Two more furnace. Cook up these clay balls. If we need two more furnace, we need more tin. Can we buy a stack? No, we can buy a stack, no big deal. Pulverizer tin. We're gonna definitely have to upgrade our power. Let's take these. Furnace. Need two of these. Copper gears. And all we need, one more tin. Always running out of iron nuggets. Redstone furnace. We need this guy and this guy. Take one and the other. Gold and gold. Let's see, iron, gold. If we go exporter, exporter, you need iron. You need gold. You are going to be input, 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 output, input, output, and two exporters. And go power there. So you've got power, you've got power. We're definitely running out of power. This needs to be just export all items we find. We're backing up on copper, so let's go ahead and stop this. We're definitely going to need more power. So let's see, if these produce 80 RF per tick, if those produce 80 RF per tick, the iron furnace has a generator upgrade, which is this guy. So let's try and make that. We're going to turn our 2 golden furnace, our 2 iron furnace. Take our gold out of here. We're going to need 2 blocks of gold. Then we're also going to need 4 generators. We're going to need a bunch of paper. Four generators. And 4 exporters. So let's put... and these, like those other ones... I didn't actually have to put this card in here. So how much power are you making? It's hard to tell. Oh, this needs to be an input in the back. Output, input. No, fuel input. Yes. Output, fuel input. Output, fuel input. That guy's not charging. Oh, I need to... So they're not making more than 256 RF per tick. That is for certain. This guy's... Okay, so all in total, we're making 768 RF per tick. From these, we're making 320, which would leave us somewhere around 400 and something. We could find out. Why is this not outputting? This is the only one that has power in it. Why? Ooh, something's weird there. So place you down. Now it's going down. There we go. Okay, so we're making more power. We are at a net positive. Okay, cool. Excellent. I think that's a good place to wrap up this episode. Like I said, I would really like to stay using integrated dynamics. I think that will be... I think that'll be beneficial for us going through the future. Let's upgrade our furnaces. Let's take a look. Our gold is having a hard time catching up. Not sure why. Maybe it was just because it didn't want to round robin at first. I think it's working pretty good now. Hopefully these will even out. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. We got into some integrated dynamics. We didn't do a whole lot with progression, but we did get things set up to be able to work faster. We need one more integral component, I think. If we check, this takes 12,000 RF at 40 RF per tick. The next integral component, we have to get the regular mechanical essence to be able to make this. So that takes brass rods, invar gears, basic mechanical essence, steel gears, and quartz dust. So that'll be a whole another process once we actually get there. But I believe it is, yeah, it is automatically selling. So we'll see this tick over in just a second. And we'll be almost up to $3 million. And there we go, 11,500. Cool. All right. Again, thanks for stopping in.